no listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never fake news. Notice say I just be a bad bitch I get forward from with you. But the one you have be good girl them easy. She never did a features, I rate it. Never did a features, half naked. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a features, half naked. Never did a features, I rated. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. I know every girl I like material. I know every girl forget the juice in my seed bag. I know every girl me trust to cook my food, nor boil my tea, not even put the milk in the cereal. Me like a catty when me dival. When we wash for cook for clean and no fuss. When she hear me get a new girl, I know that me mean when me say me fight me demons. Multiple wife legally, no illegal. Yeah, straight, me go crazy. I know every catty can be my first lady. I know every press plus body done baby plus Tatiana no fit in and no Mercedes. When me say oh luxury dolly fi nurse baby, a trouble when luxury dolly turn old lady. So big up every girl with old lazy. Your body big but I your mommy donate it. I rate it. Never did a fi dress half naked. Me never did a fi give her ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a fi dress half naked. Never did a fi dress I rated. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She now wait pan money for reach her and donation. She make reach her man donation. 101, but the waist gal a tell her fi leave her man, but she stay strong. She know say them are no friends, them are haters. Them sleep with every man in the acre. Can't get nobody fi stay long and want the advice for relation. Baby no listen to no fake news. Them can't keep a man cause them never stay true. Could do all it out and them never pay dues. Never shut them out and them wicked and cruel, eh? Bag a man a rush but them just a get yours. Everything them have them did a fear blows. Instagram live them nude for the views. Baby that I know you though. Sure, I rate it. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a features half naked. Never did a features I rated. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. One wish. UPK, oh one West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last statutes and commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean on is I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yeah, our shy Mashiach is a black man who have fear. Let him hear. Time to prepare. Spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear. We no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batty man are just part of the nation. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last statutes and commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years they work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day the building have to turn after the long term. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day table enough to turn. After the long journey, no care much money you a earn, hey. I just start of the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in our riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments will make me decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
Ooh-wee. Coffee in the night. You know it's going down. As soon as I start drinking the coffee in the night, you know it's going down. You can't come up. Why can't you come up? I didn't even wait. Maybe I have to send an invite to you. Hold up. Let's see what's happening. Seems like I can't tell if the live is still active or not. That's weird. I can't tell if the live is still active or not. If y'all can see me, if y'all still here with me, put a 1 in the chat. Huh? Yeah, that was mine. You can rock it if anything. Is it? Yeah, sort of. I think, yeah, that is it. Yeah, it looks like I'm here. I don't know why it won't let me bring you up, Rock. Okay, 1 second. Let me see something. Yeah, those, I think those are them. Seems like it should be allowing. Give me a second, Barack. I'm trying to figure it out. Bear with us a moment. Bear with us a moment. We're going to be getting right back to it. Bear with us a moment. Barack, see if you could. Good night. That is horrible. For some reason, it's not letting it roll out. No, I'm too up. We're having technical difficulties on this TikTok live stream. All right, hopefully it starts to work now. Good night. I'm not sure what is going on. Okay, maybe it's because of the mode that I'm in. Let me pause the live.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord. Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Win the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
Amazing honor don't like no soldiers with the spirit of the Lord. We don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Like a saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. I'm
muted. Hey, Yabashim Shabrak Thumb to all our brothers, Yawashima, Thumb Bashim, Yawashai to all the sisters. This precinct officer 500 Barak, Ya Allah, with the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Salaka for the technical difficulties. I'll be taking over until Officer Zabaja comes back on, right? And tonight's topic for the scripture breakdown is basically that if commanding General YAHANNA didn't send you, you understand, then the Lord did not send you, right? And don't for a lot of people, I mean, for them, most of the people outside the school, they're gonna think like, well, you know, we worshiping Command General YAHANNA as a god. No, that's not what it is. But Command General YAHANNA is God sent. You understand? So if he didn't send the man, right, to the people, whatever the case is, or to teach out there, it is not of God. It's that simple, right? And what we could see is that even as of last week, right? Last week we had so like 1 second. What is that? Do we have an echo in the background? I don't know where it's coming from, but no sweat. So like, yeah, as we could even see last week, we had MLK Day, right? People were celebrating the day of Martin Luther King. And it was kind of like a remembrance day. Or Martin Luther King was not sent by the Most High. What does the scripture say? We're gonna break down a precept real quick, right? About him having a dream and basically deceiving the people using God's name in vain, because just like many other religious leaders, or what you would call quote unquote community leaders, right? Whether it's so-called in the Black, Latino, or Native American Indian community, right? They're not true leaders. Whatever they push is just an agenda against our people. How do we know? Well, how did integration benefit Blacks and Hispanics? It's that simple, right? What does the scripture say? As a matter of fact, let's grab it real quick, right? We're going to go into Matthew. We'll start there, right? We're going to Matthew chapter 7, verse 15, where it shows you who's a real prophet and not. And it's easy to find out because it's not about what they look like. It's not about how they sound, right? We're having a little delay, no sweat. It's about the fruit that they bear. It's about the work that they do. You see the results of the work they put in, right? So let me share my screen real quick. Right, give me 1 second, Babu Kusha. Give me 1 second. Da, da, da. Salakia for the interruption, right? So let's get back to it. Like I was saying, basically, um, you're gonna be able to recognize a true prophet by their works. You understand? By the results they produce, right? And we're gonna see that right now. Let's go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 15, and it's written in red to let you know, to indicate you that this is Christ speaking right here. And it says, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, for inwardly they are ravening wolves." What meaning? What? Right? Meaning you have to be careful of these so-called quote unquote men of God, whether it's T.D. Jakes or Martin Luther King, as we were talking about, right? Because right, he comes in sheep's clothing. He's trying to blend in with the people, talking about, we're all for integration, and what he's doing is for the people. And he had a dream about, little white boys hand in hand with little black girls, and black boys with little white girls, whatever the case is. But inwardly, he was a ravening wolf. Inwardly, really, what Martin Luther King wanted to do had nothing to do with the people or for the people. Martin Luther King only wanted to sleep with his slave master's daughter, share the bed with them. That's it. And apparently he was into men too, but that's something, that's something else. But the point is, his agenda was not, it was not about integration so that we suffer less oppression by the hands of our of of the Caucasians, right? Really, what Martin Luther King wanted to do is sleep with snow roaches. He wanted to sleep with cave mutts, and little did he know that the thing that happened is that when you mess with dogs, you get some fleas, or however the saying goes, right? In English, Martin Luther King had nothing to do with the people, and those are the same type of false prophets that Christ warned us about. That we need to be careful, we need to beware. You understand? And we'll keep reading a bit more, right? Jump down to verse 16. It says, "Ye shall know them by their fruits." Do you understand? Meaning what? You will know if they're really for the people by their fruits, by their works. It's that simple, right? You will know because you will see the results that the work produces. It's as simple as that. How do you know Martin Luther King was a false prophet? Well, look at the end result of integration, of marching down south from state to state. Now what? We're still getting lynched. We're still getting stopped and frisked. We're still we're still flooding the prisons. Then what was beneficial for us with integration? Like, what good was done for us for integration? How do we benefit from integration? A lot of disgusting brothers out here who suffer from a bad case of Stockholm syndrome, they like to say, well, now they can sleep with oppressors and nothing happens to them. That's just disgusting in itself. It is really shameful. It really shows how you really hate your own people. And at the same time, it really shows that slave mentality that you have, right? I have a brethren in the world. He was basically saying that if you can't beat them, join them. Another one was saying, well, it's kind of revenge for me to sleep with my oppressor's daughter because they sexually assaulted our great grandmothers and such things, right? Listen, I'm gonna tell you how this is such a slave mentality, right? And that also goes in with that brother there. What's his name again? Jonathan Majors as well. Martin Luther King, same thing. Why is such a slave mentality to an oppressor or any other heathen? Is because what is the heathen most, prideful possession or prizeful possession, right? It's his woman. For a white man, having the most Caucasian white woman is like, good night, he hit the lotto. So you, in your mind, you think like, if I get a woman just like my oppressor, I made it in life. But then look at what happens with Jonathan Majors. Isn't the brother being charged with like assault and battery? Like this nigga had to run block. Where was it? Was it in New York or somewhere like that? He was being chased down by his um by this white woman who was his ex-girlfriend or something. Right? Look at Jeezy. Jeezy, even though he was not a white woman, he was still a heathen. You know, at the end of the day, that they had to divorce. It doesn't go hand in hand together. We're not supposed to mix with heathens. And you see, at the end of the day, these brothers think, well, Martin Luther King was unalive so that we could sleep, we could have interracial marriages. Didn't you know that God damn near unalive the whole planet Earth? I'm just paraphrasing, right? God flooded the earth because of interracial marriages. You understand? Like this is crazy how, give us 1 second. We have Officer Zabadia jumping on just now. Hey,
Barak, we're live on TikTok. Hey, Shalom, Barak. Can you hear me?
Khan.
Yeah, we're live on TikTok right now, so you could jump in the TikTok and then do your thing for the StreamYard to add it to the TikTok. Do your thing on the TikTok to add it to the StreamYard.
Okay, Most High in Christ, bear with us, audience. We'll be right back from TikTok. Give me one moment. I don't want.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Yeah.
Baby, no listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never fake news. Notice I just be a bad bitch, I get forward from with you. But the one you have feel good girl them lazy. She never did a features R-rated. Never did a features half naked. Me never did a piggy R-bait things halfway, that's why me give R-ratings. She never did a features half naked. Never did a features R-rated. Me never did a piggy R-bait.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Yeah, what is going on now? Gotta fix that panel.
So, like, when you want to mute your StreamYard or your computer.
Yeah, no sweat. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, we're to Barak. You're gonna probably have to man them comments. I can see them, but you're at the helm of muting and blocking whoever needs to be muted and blocked.
Wakan.
And then sure you can kind of watch the comments to let me know what's going on. All right. All right, no sweat. Don't worry, I know what to do. I know how to see these comments. Hold up.
Well, I can go on my phone.
Yeah, you could jump on your phone, but you're probably just gonna have to turn it down. Yeah. All right, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yashabarak, thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar, thumb by Hashem Yashai, the water for Barak Yallah holding it down, and our little technical difficulties, right? But tonight, you should not pick up the Bible and try to teach the children of Israel, because God did not send you. The Lord left the school with commanding General YAHANNA, right? And he's been raising up the children of Israel. The latter house will be greater than the first house. That's how it goes, Shariwan? Right? The house now is greater than what was before. We got food drives all over the earth. We're feeding everybody. We are very active. They tried to block commanding General YAHANNA from coming to Canada. They know how, to them, this is a dangerous thing. To us, it's exactly what we needed. Good night. Where'd Barak go? To us, it's exactly what we needed. We needed to be here in the ISUPK, right? So, okay, let me bring back up Barack.
So Brock's gonna be that guy.
By accident.
Hey, Barack, is there any way you can make kind of fix the screen more?
It should be Tawab now.
Yeah, that's 12. Always have it like that, Baba Kasha.
So like the screen had froze for a second. That's why.
Oh, okay, no sweat. It should be 12 now, right? All right, so we're back at it again. If you're not under Commanding General Yahanna, listen, if Commanding General Yahanna didn't send you, I don't know what you're doing. You're trying to lead the people down a false road. Listen, we watch the people who try to, we see your comments and your slick comments and the slick things you say about Commanding General Yahanna and the ISUPK and his soldiers that Christ let him have, right? We see what y'all be saying, and then we just sit back and watch, and we watch, and we don't say nothing. We don't do nothing. We don't say nothing. We just chill out. We go out and do our work, and we occupy until Christ comes. And usually, we just watch your destruction. I've been watching the destruction of people. Listen, they be poking fun, and then they say, "I'm no longer with this group." Tonight, they say, "I'm no longer here. I ran away from what I thought was my home." Shariwan, what is going on? Yeah.
It's like it just sounds like a remix to another Christian group.
Right. It definitely sounds like a remix to another Christian group. And that's what we see. That's what keeps on happening. They keep remixing these Christian groups. And again, ISUPK is of the Lord. If it's not of ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna, you should run as fast as possible away from it. Or stay there. Maybe you're supposed to be over there. We don't need you. Right?
Slack, if I may.
Come.
Colt Media, a shalom brother and sister. Definitely, absolutely. Shout out to the generals, the captains, the troopers, the officers, and all the sisters under Commanding General Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K. All right, I.S.U.P.K, the home of the truth.
Right. Right. So we got a couple articles that we're gonna read. Right. We got a couple articles that we are definitely going to read. Officer Shariwan, I sent you some articles in your phone. If you could pull one of them up.
You know, just
It's in the StreamYard. It's in your WhatsApp.
God, I got you.
Which one do we got so far? You could read the first one, the one up top.
Okay.
Yeah, you could go in on it.
This was an article from Vice.com.
Wait. Vice is a reputable news outlet. They've done an article. They've spoken to Commanding General Yahanna. You should go check that out. The ISUPK was on Vice, and you should definitely go check that out, right? This is from Vice. This is not from your Wikipedia. Most people be saying, hey, you're reading stuff from Wikipedia. Well, listen, this is from Vice. This is a reputable company. They do excellent research, right? They felt So much so that they had to speak to Commanding General Yohanna. Right? Slovakia. Let's get into it. You can keep reading, Officer Shayan.
Come. It's titled, "An Online Prophet with a Huge Following Has Been Convicted of Child Abuse."
Good night. An
Good night.
online prophet. What is an online prophet? Let's see. Barak Allah, can you see if you can find a definition for an online prophet? What is an online prophet?
Karawakan.
We're just trying to figure this out, right? Omar, I just want to know, what do you believe in? You probably believe in the Quran. Oh, Omar, do you believe in the Quran? Are you a Muslim? Let me know, Omar, if you are a Muslim. Do you believe in the Quran? Do you believe in going to Mecca to kiss a rock? Hey man, if you can think we don't have a solution, but Salakia, listen, I found the right way. My city, the crime rate dropped in my city, thanks to be Commander General Yohanna. Let's give that a hand. Commander General Yohanna is dropping the crime rates in cities. Salakia, do you know how much I used to boost the crime rate? That's an old D Block song. You might not understand. I used to boost the crime rate. Not Zabadia. The old me used to boost the crime rate in the city of Toronto. The crime rate dropped when Commanding General Yohanna got me. He got me. That shit went all the way down. Salakia. Let's try to get a couple more brothers and sisters in here. Right? So Omar, I got a question for you, right? Or are you just going to be like a child and just say things without trying to answer a question? Omar, what do you believe in? That's what we want to know. Omar, what do you believe in? Brock, did you get that definition for me?
Salaka, I cannot find a definition of an online.
Brock.
Karawakan.
You see how that works? An online prophet doesn't exist. That's what it means, Barak Allah. Omar, did you understand what we just said? An online prophet does not exist. There's no definition for it. That means it doesn't exist, right? So what do you have for Black Hispanics and Native Americans? What would you tell Black Hispanics and Native Americans, Omar? That's what I want to know. What are you telling them to do? Right? Sharywan, you can get back to that article.
It says,
Barak, Salakia, do me a favor. Those 2 articles that you sent me on WhatsApp, can you email them to me?
Karawakan.
on to read. Now his most ardent followers are spinning new conspiracy theories about his case. Rashad Jamal, a new age prophet with a huge online following among esoteric Black communities.
What is esoteric? Let's see if we can get the definition for that. Esoteric.
I get the definition out of one.
Come on, Barak. Go on. Is the same as a spirit healer, but they never in the hospital because it don't work. That's what that's what we sound like. Yeah, I'm too up. Hey, that's what we sound like. Brock, you got that definition for me?
Karawakan. Esoteric is adjective from the Oxford language, right? Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest.
Good night. So that means it's not reaching anybody.
Salakia, the one.
God.
Esoteric is also, if someone is described as esoteric, it generally means that they are considered mysterious or hard to understand. It sounds like lunacy.
It sounds like a lunatic. It sounds like a brick wall. It definitely sounds like a brick wall, Brock. Right? Shariwan, you can keep reading.
Has been convicted of child molestation.
He's been convicted of what, Shariwan?
Child molestation and cruelty.
Good night.
Shariwan, read that one more time. I'll do the whole camp thing and say a bunch of other things, but I'll just let the people hear it plainly. Shariwan, read that one more time.
Has been convicted of child molestation and cruelty to children.
Like Brother Pillay.
Good night.
Like Dr. Malachi Z. York. Like what was that homosexual man with the Wishas? What was his name, Barack?
Salakia, Nature Boy?
Nature Boy. Remember, he had children running around him naked. He would have grown men outside in the wilderness with him naked. That's something that's hard to understand, Barack. That is definitely hard to understand, right? Child abuse and a man who wants to abuse children, I can't understand it. I 1 second, Shariwan. I have a way of understanding it, and it involves a hole and rocks. A whole bunch of rocks. A hole and a whole bunch of rocks. That's how I understand child molestation, Salakia. What were you going to say?
Salakia, General Q also had a story where a pastor and a wife who had just locked their kids into a bathroom for days and were whipping them. That just happened in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I seen that in one of the chats. That's a horrible thing. Right? That's a horrible thing. Salakia, you could keep reading, Shariwan.
According to court documents obtained by Motherboard, a Georgia judge sentenced him to 18 years in prison.
Good night.
22 more on probation. For a total of 40 years.
Damn. So this man who is a prophet to a small group of people, he's been convicted of child molestation, and he got the book thrown at him. Now he's under the jail. Right? While Commanding General, y'all hate on Commanding General YAHANNA, and Commanding General YAHANNA is raising up men to free their community of these false prophets, of these men who are absolutely deviant. They're sexual deviants. All they care about is the demons that are speaking to them. They don't care about healing the community. And I could guarantee you, everybody who follows them has some type of mental health disorder. It's like, there was a show that they canceled it, right? Y'all remember Gotham when they did the live version of Gotham, right? And they had like a young Joker, and they said Joker had a twin brother. Well, in Joker's army, his army was filled of people with mental health disorders, right? That's what happens whenever they tell you that Africa is really in America and Israel is in Mississippi.
Good night.
Travel to Africa by diving into the Grand Canyon, right? You got to dive into the Grand Canyon and a portal will open. You should just understand that man is suffering from mental health disorder. Listen, some Hamite bitch, Salakia TikTok, some Hamite BICTH said she's a pastor and she heals her what do they call them? Her congregation by sleeping with them.
Good night.
That's the Church of Hoes. That's the Church of Hoes. Those are good night. There's another group that starts with H and has a bunch of whoremongers in it. It's a horrible place to be. You do not want to be there. I'm gonna just leave it at that, right? Keep reading, Shariwan.
Come. Jamal is among the most influential in a group of loosely affiliated spiritual influencers with large followings on Instagram and TikTok. Jamal has more than 84,000 followers on Instagram, nearly 176,000 on TikTok, and 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay. Hey, Barack, if there's any comments, right? Because these comments are definitely going by fast, but if there's anything that you see we should respond to, or if anybody really has a question that we can answer, right? You could always let us know and we could bring that.
Karawakan Salakya. As a matter of fact, someone had a question. The chosen one, I mean, well, the chosen one is asking, when will God come?
All right. Well, Salakia, sure you want. Can you find that precept? No man knows the hour. Right. Listen, there is no one can tell you the answer to when God's coming, but we can go into this book and we can see the signs, right? And then Barak Allah, can you get wars and rumors of wars?
Karawakan.
Right. And these false prophets aren't telling you these things. Right. So we're gonna go into it and let you know, and you can see it. Right.
This is the book of John, chapter 7, verse 27. Howbeit we know this man, whence he is. But when Christ cometh, no man knoweth whence he is.
Right. So what? And you could also find that out, the one where the disciples are asking Christ when he's coming back. Right. What Shariwan just read to you is no man knows the answer for when Christ is coming back. Right. And Christ is not God. You're not going to see God physically on the earth. Right. The earth would probably be destroyed. Salakia.
Good night.
Moses seeing the backside of Christ. He was glowing when he came down from the mountain. Right. And the people were afraid. They had to put a veil over his face. Right. Again, no man knows when Christ is going to come back. Just know when that sky cracks, you better hope you were in the ISUPK. Right. You do not want to be hand in hand with the heathen, with the oppressors, with the people who unalive people and destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You don't want to be in their bed. Good night. You do not want to be MLK. Y'all see what happened to MLK, Martin Luther King? Y'all remember he was saying, I have a dream, I have a dream. He dreamed. Just remember, Martin Luther King told you about his dream. And then shortly after, the Most High unalived that man. The Lord said, he maketh alive and he killeth and maketh alive. Right? Sure you want. You got the next one?
Okay. The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 32. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man.
Wait, you could jump up one more.
Come on. Verse 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Listen, the word of the Lord is not passing away. So, like, I was looking for the part where the disciples were asking when. You could just read that one.
Okay. Verse 32. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man.
Right. So the disciples were asking Christ, when is the kingdom of heaven coming? Right. And what this is Christ's response. Read.
No, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son.
Read it one more time from the top, shot you want, so they understand.
Come. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man.
Nobody knows when Christ is coming back. Nobody. Right? Let's see who knows. Let's find out if the angels know. Because Christ don't even know. Christ is just going to get the order from the Lord. And all right, I got the order. Let's go. Sound the trumpets. Everybody get in the chariots. The sky is going to go black. This is going to be niggas in the sky. Nigga angels. Y'all been oppressing the black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. Listen, the Texas Governor Abbott, good night. Listen, when Christ gets a hand on that man in the kingdom, right? Lord allow that man can be alive when Christ comes back. so he could see for what the damage he's done, right? He let brothers and sisters drown in that river. And that's how you know how devilish the Caucasian man is. He's an absolute beast, an absolute monster to us. They came here on their boats, and not a single Gadite stopped them. No one said, "Hey, let's put stuff in the water to make them drown. Let's unalive them in their sleep." No one did that. They came here in droves. They came here in droves. They could have shot Molotov cocktails and cannons. And we're talking about later on. We're not even talking about when they first came. When the Irish and all the other Caucasians were coming during the times of the Titanics and those years, right? People, we could have stopped them. We could have made it hard for them to get off on American shores, on Canadian shores. No one did that. Governor Abbott has the Texas National Guard blocking brothers and sisters and won't even help them while they're drowning. He'd rather watch brothers and sisters drown and be unalived. And you want us to love these goddamn oppressors like they're our friends. These are monsters. These are the things nightmares are made of. You heard of horror movies? You haven't seen a horror movie greater than the Caucasian. Salakia. Keep reading, Shaywan.
No, not the angels which are in heaven.
Not the angels. The angels don't know when the kingdom of heaven is going to come on earth, when Christ is going to get the order to wage war against these heathens. These heathens are fighting each other right now. They're fighting each other. They're gearing up. Pakistan going at Iran. China said they're going to go at Taiwan, right? The U.S. is sending Predator missiles. They've been sending Predator missiles and drones since the 2000s. Like, somehow they cannot find the man who killed my homie in Toronto, but they found Osama. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, right? They cannot find the murderers of my friends, but they found Osama. They cannot stop the dope that's coming into Canada, but for sure they're able to do other things. They're able to send billions of dollars across the seas. Salakia. Is that it? Keep reading.
Neither the Son, but the Father.
That's the end of the verse, right? Only the Father knows. So I hope that answered your question. Barak Ya'Allah, but there are signs. There are signs. There are definitely signs that you could watch and see and observe. And you might get somewhat of a timeline. You might get just a little hope. And I'm glad we came in here. Give a shout out to all the brothers and sisters. All the brothers and sisters, all the ribs that are holding down the men of the Lord, cooking our meals and making our clothes, taking care of our children while we go to camp and risk our lives, and all of these wonderful sisters. I'll say we don't talk about our sisters, but we're not putting them on the front line. But we will give them their flowers. Women get flowers, not men. Men get props and they get letters of accommodation, but sisters get flowers.
Damn right.
Sisters who are holding down the brothers in this truth. Right? There are definitely signs, and we came into this school and seen signs, and we're being told of the signs of the times. Rock, you can read.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6.
Rock, Salakia, block ALC. Just blocking.
It's been done, other one.
Most High in Christ. This is not ask, do Black Hebrew. First off, when you say Black Hebrew Israelites, it's like you're calling me a nigger. Salakia, TikTok. I'm just responding to the comments, TikTok, right? No, we don't drink lean. We are not drug addicts. That's what your father was. Your father and your mother was a drug addict. That's why you're asking stupid questions on TikTok. Salakia. Barak, read.
Karawakan. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. You're going to hear of October 7th, when two people in a land they're not supposed to be in are fighting over it. That's what you're going to hear of. You're going to hear of possible civil wars in America. Listen, America's about to have a whole civil war, Barack.
Most High in Christ.
Salakia, Most High in Christ. Pray for all our brothers and sisters down in the land of Babylon. America's about to go to war with itself. Right? America is like a two-headed beast. and one beast the one head wants to fly right, and one head wants to fly left. You know, left wing and right wing, like what they say in the Capitol. You see that, remember January 6th, and they turned around and just imploded on itself. They took they defecated on that, what's that Caucasian woman, Nancy Pelosi? They defecated on her desk and unalived the brother. Right? Well, Barack, keep reading.
Canada Wakan. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. Listen, when you hear wars and rumors of wars, the end is not yet, but it's coming to pass. Someone said this is what happens when you don't have a history. Well, if Caucasians weren't such devils, such monsters, we would have already known this. You know what's crazy? The Jewish man knows he's not a real Jew. That's why they're digging tunnels in America like the rats they are.
Good night.
You Ninja Turtles. They say we look like Ninja Turtles. Good night, yo. And we found out who the real Ninja Turtles are. Master Splinter. Hey, Brock, let's get back to these false prophets. Salakia, Shariwan, you can keep reading.
Okay. Jamal is among the most influential in a group of loosely affiliated spiritual influencers.
He's a things that I've never heard before. A spiritual influencer. That is, damn. That's how far Black people are falling. You got to be a spiritual influencer now and offer nothing to the people. Right? I want to see where, maybe I could do it like this. Maybe I could do it like this. Okay, I know what to do. 1 second. Jamal is a spiritual influencer. Damn. He has nothing for the people. He's an abuser. Now he's in jail. Now he's directly under the jail for being a spiritual influencer. All right. Keep reading.
The Motherboard has previously reported several of his most ardent followers have themselves been arrested. Sometimes in confrontations with police and the public stemming from their unusual beliefs, including 2 cases involving murder.
Good night. Messiah, what you should do is on Friday nights, right? Go on to One West online classes, or in the city of Chicago, I.S.U.P.K. Chicago, on Friday nights at 7 p.m. and watch the class there, and you will not be putting a O in your shalom. We don't say shalom. We say shalom. There's no O. That's Yiddish, right? Now, you might not understand. You might be new to this, right? Which is understandable. But we offer Lashuan Kodash classes, which is the Holy Tongue. So that's what you want to do, right? Friday nights, you can just go back. Today's Saturday. Last night on I.S.U.P.K. Chicago, there was a Lashuan Kodash class. Or you can go to One West online classes. They're on YouTube, right? And go watch the Lashuan Kodash class. Read that last part again, Shariwan.
Okay. His conviction, Salakia, sometimes in confrontations with police and the public stemming from their unusual beliefs.
Salakia, other one.
2 cases involving murder.
You got 2 cases involving murder. You speak the way you speak because you're not in the I.S.U.P.K. I mean, we understand that. We can clearly see.
Right.
We already knew you weren't in the I.S.U.P.K. Right? Salakia Brock, what were you saying?
I was about to say to them the exact same thing. Listen, you're not in the I.S.U.P.K. You should take I.S.U.P.K. out of your name. You understand? We know you're not in the I.S.U.P.K. We don't say shalom. We don't say, we don't write the way you write. There's no such thing as I speak the way I speak. You understand? It's, And you're basically damn near, falling in line with the topic of the class. You're proving that if you're not of the ISUPK, it's not of the Lord.
Yeah,
You
he
understand?
speaks the way he speaks because he just doesn't believe in nothing. Right? You
Damn
can
right.
say you're not of here. You're not of this class. I speak the way the men above me taught me how to speak. Straight up and down. Right? And listen, this brother that we're reading about has two what charges, sir? Salakia?
He has two people following him that were involved in two cases involving murder.
Listen, okay, that's not really that deep. There are brothers and sisters in here. Listen, I used to sell dope. The old me used to sell dope. And I was trying to unalive everything that moved in my city. I told you the crime rate dropped when Commander General YAHANNA got me. The crime rate went down. The police division in my neighborhood is happy that I'm a part of the I.S.U.P.K. They're like, oh man, our work got suddenly easier. Right? But a false prophet is the man that we're reading about, and he's convicted of child molestation. Barak Ya Allah, can you get me Deuteronomy 13?
Khan.
Deuteronomy 13. You can start at verse 1.
Khan, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams.
Wait, so if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams. Martin Luther King had a dream. Barak, do you pay rent to some Caucasian?
Damn right.
So we all pay rent to some Caucasian. When you go to work, is some Caucasian man telling you what to do?
Damn right.
Good, nice. See, that was Martin Luther King's dream. Martin Luther King had a dream of male Caucasian women. Barak, have you heard of sisters saying there aren't enough good brothers? Have you heard that? Does this sound like an unfamiliar phrase?
Not at all.
What about the phrase black women aren't getting married?
Good night.
Hey, that sounds like a familiar phrase, right? That was Martin Luther King's dream. You ever notice sisters? Listen, I do it all the time. I see a brother walking down the street with a mutt, and I'm like, ew. You ever notice sisters have a hard look on their face when they see a black man that they'll deem handsome? A black man they want to give some to. They look at that black man, and the Captain Tazariak has an oil called Give Him Some. And they got the oil on their mind. Good night. But he's walking around with a mutt. You ever notice that? Right? That's Martin Luther King's dream. Martin Luther King was a Barak. What did it say?
Barak, yeah, I was on mute. I said, no, there's another question in the chat.
Come on, let's finish this precept first. Hold that question.
Okay. And give it thee a sign or a wonder.
Okay. He giveth you a sign or a wonder, right? If there is a dreamer of dreams, and he giveth you a sign or a wonder. Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 2. And the sign or the wonder come to pass.
Like Commanding General YAHANNA has done. His signs and his wonders have come to pass. Keep reading.
Kawakan, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods.
What Commanding General YAHANNA has never said. Keep reading.
Karawakan, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
Meaning, go after a god of rocks. What's that rock Pokemon called? Geodude?
Good night. That's
Geodude. And the Onyx. The Onyx Pokemon. Good night. Keep reading.
Good night, Salakia. Karawakan. Verse 3, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet.
Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet. Right? Keep reading.
Karawakan, or that dreamer of dreams.
Or the dreamer of dreams. Read that again, Barak Yallah.
Karawakan. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 3. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams.
Right. So if someone is coming to you and saying, right? Someone is coming to you and saying, I have a dream that your Caucasian sons will marry my Israelite daughters, right? You could go and be with the Caucasians and be best friends and be with the heathens and be best friends, and we're going to be in this big melting pot, right? What's that last part say? What was the last thing you said, Barak? Read that again.
Karawakan, or that dreamer of dreams.
Read it again from the top of 3.
Karawakan, thou shalt not, Salakia, Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 3. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet.
You're not
or
supposed
that
to listen to a false prophet. A man that's telling you in the Grand Canyon, if you dive into it, you'll find Africa. Oh, you'll find a head crack, and you don't have to play CeeLo. You don't have to play CeeLo to get a head crack if you dive into the Grand Canyon. Right? When Polite said the black woman is God, and then we found out he was abusing his black woman's daughter. Right?
That's crazy.
He was a false prophet. That was crazy, right, bro? That was absolutely crazy.
He molested his God's daughter.
He molested his God. Like, how does that work? He said the black woman is God and then molested his God's daughter. Damn. And he's from, remember when Kataza, yo, listen. Oh, man. Hold up, listen. This is why I'm going to figure out this TikTok studio, right? Because there is a video of Captain Kataza. Give Captain of 10,000 Kataza a parium a hand. Listen, that brother is a prophet. You want to see a prophet? Go talk to Captain Kataza. Cross the Line Radio, 10 p.m. Cross the Line Radio, 10 p.m. Go get you a Tribe Vibes app, right? Sign up and get the best music in the world. But Captain Kataza on Cross the Line Radio at 10 p.m. on Thursdays said to Polite, you are of your father. And he was a child molester. Fast forward. If I wish, I need the fast forward sound. Right? And Polite is being charged, pleading out, copping out to child abuse charges. Tell Captain Kataza he's not a prophet. You want to see what a prophet is? Go look at the men that Commanding General YAHANNA is raising up. Keep reading, Barak.
Karawakan. For the Lord, Salakia, or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God proveth you to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Karawakan. Ye shall, verse 4, ye shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what a prophet of the Lord is going to tell you to do. Fear the Father. Listen, we'll be at camp and we'll end our camp and we'll say our cadence. And in that cadence, we say the Father, we say the man above us is going to say, who do we fear? And we're going to say the Father we fear. Right? That's what a prophet will tell you to do. He will tell you to fear the man who can kill your soul in earth and kill your body in earth and your body in hell. Destroy your body. That's who you're supposed to fear. Right? Keep reading.
Karawakan. And keep his commandments and obey his voice.
Keep reading.
Karawakan, and ye shall serve him and cleave unto him.
Right. Go down to jump to verse 5.
Karawakan. Salakia. Verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams
Hold up,
shall...
Barak. Hold up, Barak. Hold up, Barak. Who could tell me in the chat what happened to Martin Luther King and his I have a dream, I have a dream? I'm going to hold that right there and we'll get right back to it. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, I have a dream. What happened to him next? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody want to type it in? Nobody wants to type it in? Y'all got so much to type in the chat. What happened to Martin Luther King Jr.? Salakia. Listen, someone said, I have a question. Did the Israelites kill Yeshua? Who is Yeshua? I don't know who Yeshua is, right? But there was a man by the name of Yahushua the world ignorantly calls Christ. Rich men, corrupt men, false prophets conspired against him to have him unalived by some Caucasians by the name of Romans, right? Barak, you can keep reading, right? I'm going to tell you what happened to Martin Luther King. Someone said, Chris Johnson said he was assassinated. Chris Johnson, you are absolutely right. Do you want to know why he was assassinated, Chris? We're going to let you know right here. Barak, keep reading. Read that again from the top.
Karawakan. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death.
To what?
That prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death.
He was unalived. Martin Luther King was unalived for his dream, his disgusting dream of mayonnaise. He wanted to season his steaks with mayonnaise. I like my steaks with a little bit of spice. Salakia. Put some Benjamite spice on them steaks. Those meats are good meats for Shayuan. Put some Mexican spices on my chicken. Ooh wee. That lamb got some Brazilian spices. Good night. Hey, y'all be like, these sisters are too spicy. You sound like a bitch, Salakia. You sound like a coward, Salakia. Listen, no sister is spicy. These sisters like real men. You got to be a warrior to handle these sisters. They don't. If you are a punk, they're gonna punk you up. They're gonna punk you. You run into the Philippines to go get some Mongolian snake. Y'all want some rat kebabs.
Good night.
You want some wet dog hair in your bed. Good night. What the hell? Listen, man. One day I was working at the slave. This brother, he has a mutt in his bed, and he came to work smelling all disgusting. Like you could just smell it. And I said, I know that smell. That smell smells like Caucasian. It's horrible. It's horrible. Like, what's he doing? Oh man, Martin Luther King was put to death. The brother that we're reading about, he is under the jail. He's under the jail. 18 years and 20 years of probation. What you brothers need to do is not follow Martin Luther King's dream. Stop being a punk and go get you a sister. They are a little spicy. Who cares? Grow a backbone. Learn how to check a BCITH. And I'm not saying none of my sisters are those. But if she's acting like that, man, you might have to check her. You might have to check her. She's gonna cry. She's gonna cry. But after that, she's gonna thank you. She's gonna be happy that you're in her life. Because every other man didn't check her. They ran. They ran from her, and you stayed. You're staying to raise her up. That's what a prophet will tell you. A false prophet is going to tell you, I have a dream. Or he's going to tell you that you can get to Africa through the Grand Canyon. He's going to say stuff like, Mississippi is the real Israel. You're just going to have to tell him, brother, did you take your meds?
Right.
Barak, keep reading. Anything else in that article?
The article, I think that was the end of it.
Khan. Because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God.
Spence, Dr. King he spoke and turned the children of Israel away from his God, and he was assassinated. We just read it. He said, the dreamer of dreams shall be put to unalived. Yeah, anything else you got in that article that you think is worth it? You can scan through it real quick. If you see anything else in it, let me know. If not, we'll just jump to the other article. Right. Barack, read that one more time. Barack jumped out. Back. Right. Shaiwan, can you get me Deuteronomy 13 and then 1 second, I'll get it for you right here. So Barack jumps back. Phone probably died or something. Deuteronomy 13 and 5 right here.
Come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God.
Listen, when they speak to turn us away from the Lord our God, right? When that's how they speak, they get put to death. The Lord unalives them. The Lord maketh alive. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. Right? Keep reading.
Which brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you out of the house of bondage.
The Lord brought us out of the house of Egypt and bondage, right? If Dr. King was an actual prophet, if this Jamal person was an actual prophet, they would have told us we're in the house of bondage right now again. We went to Egypt again, right? Sure, you want to keep reading?
To thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk in.
There was a way we were supposed to walk in. The Lord our God commanded us to walk in a certain way, right? And that's following his commandments. Keep reading.
So shalt thou put away the evil from the midst of thee.
Slakia, go to 68, 28, and 68, right? I'm going to show you that we are in the house of bondage again for not following the commandments.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord shall bring us into Egypt again. Egypt is a Greek word for house of bondage. Listen, Egypt is not what the Hamites, some Africans, called Egypt. They called it something else.
Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. For the spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers. You understand me?
Like a saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dreams. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We live in bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life.
I believe Egypt in the Bible, right? And so for Martin Luther King to be saying we should join hand in hand with our oppressors here in the place of our captivity, he didn't understand the Bible, right? When Zabadi gets back, he's going to break down Deuteronomy chapter 68 because he failed to realize is that this was the land of our captivity. This wasn't the land of our peace. This wasn't the land where we came, you understand, to be one big happy melting pot. Babylon was the place that the Most High judged the children of Israel.
Right.
It was a place where he corrected us and chastised us for worshiping other gods. You understand? For living a lifestyle that we weren't supposed to be living. Going against the law, statutes, and commandments. This is our punishment. You understand? And so as we're over here in Babylon, like we got to understand is that this isn't our rest. This is a place that we want out of, right? We're waiting for Christ to crack that sky with those angels so that we can go to that land flowing with milk and honey. Because he promised the children of Israel that if we obeyed him, that we would be blessed. And if we disobeyed him, then we would be punished. So anybody teaching against that, teaching against us going back to that land flowing with milk and honey, you hate God and you hate the Bible.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Barack, I'm bringing you up right now. Hold up 1 second. All right, sure. You want the water? You can keep going if you're gonna break it down. Or I could just take back over.
Yeah, I was leaving it for you.
All right, no sweat. Hey, Barack, you're back. Listen, that class was spicy. My phone overheated. Salakia. overheated and shut all the way down. They said, listen, that was too spicy. Damn, who running Microsoft right now? That Google, Bill Gates? Bill Gates. Listen, I'm gonna have all the tinfoil hats like, listen, Sabaja just talked about Bill Gates. Good night. Barak, I'm gonna need you to take over reading the articles if you can.
Khan, give me 1 second. Which article were we in just now?
We were in the first one, but you could drop that first one because we got to the meat of it. That man who's a false prophet, he is in jail for child abuse. You can bring up the second article for us, Babu Kasha.
Khan, 1 second. This is from Madame Noir .com. It says, mother of 14-year-old victim speaks out after a brother Polite's guilty verdict. And Hotep claims all sexual assault charges were dropped.
Well, damn. Isn't this another false prophet? Brother Polite is another false prophet. Another man who said the black woman is God and the mother is speaking out. You can read a little bit of this article, Barak.
Khan, it says,
and Akim, y'all already know if y'all want to add anything, man, let's get it in.
Slaki, if I may.
Come.
Just to what you just said, it's crazy how he went around saying the black woman is God, meanwhile just disgustingly mistreating the people that he claims to put on a pedestal.
Right.
The woman that he claims to put on a pedestal. Right? Like Christ said, beware of false prophets, and how you know them is you know them by their fruits.
Right.
And it's like all these people going around speaking on God and behalf of God in the Bible and all this stuff. It's like their fruits are full of wickedness.
Those fruits have worms in it, like maggots. It's not like the apple with the good worm. You know, sometimes you get an apple and it has a good worm in it. Right. You're like, okay, it just has a little worm. Let's cut around it. Nah, that apple, you bite into it, just rotten. It's black, right? It has maggots in it and earthworms. Not like the fruit tree worm. Good night. Yuck.
That was it.
God. Barak, you could read what you were reading.
On September 7th, the Velvet Door News and multiple media blogs claimed that the new Covenant founder was sentenced to 7 years in prison and 10 years probation after he accepted a plea deal for the sexual battery charge he was slammed with in 2021.
Isn't that amazing, Barak? He said that we are not Israelites. He shot up a Bible. He did a bunch of things. He said these sisters are gods, and then he named his organization the New Covenant. He named his organization kind of after the Bible that he doesn't believe in.
That's crazy.
Right? Because you only hear about covenants within the Bible. Good night. Keep reading.
However, no official sources have confirmed the news.
All right, you could drop that. You could drop that. Polite pled out. You can go on Crossline Radio. Captain Tazariak breaks it down, right? He broke it down. Damn near Netta was wigging out over Polite, right? The whole conscious community is in disarray. Listen, you should have known Polite wasn't a prophet when he came up against the I.S.U.P.K. Right? Even if you fast forward a little more, Polite was in a Maybach with some type of transformer, a TS, not the servant. Not the servant, but a TS. Shout out my nigga Yerad, man. Yerad, we miss you in Canada, man. Miss you in Canada. Yerad said those are electric. It's shocking. One night we were going out and we were looking for a bar, and Yerad said, "No, we're not going across the street. We didn't even notice it. I said, let's not go across the street. Looks like some transformers. Some electricals are in that line. Yeah, we are not going there. Man, you're right. We're going to link up sooner or later, man. But listen, Polite had a electrical box. Yo, he had something electric dancing on the hood of his car. He had a male woman in one of the Mahamite garments talking about we're taking pictures. You should have just known Polite was a horrible person.
Right.
All right. We're going to drop that there. Barack, can you bring up the second article with the 6 missing people?
Salaki, I didn't have that article. I only sent you the article about Jamal Rashad and Polite.
I think you sent me an article about 6 missing people, man. 1 second. I gotta check. Check your WhatsApp. I think it's in the WhatsApp.
God, I'm checking right now. I did not send you that other one.
All right, 1 second.
I did not have an article about that.
All right, keep reading the Polite for now.
Okay.
Or actually, drop that. Get Deuteronomy 18 and 20. Sure you want.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name,
right,
which I have not commanded him to speak.
So there's a prophet speaking the word in
my name,
in the Lord's name, right? And he's not sent by the Lord. So, Barack, you are right. I thought there was an article missing about missing women.
So, I got an article about those missing people now.
Khan.
You want me to read it?
Khan, where is this? This is the one connected to the same Jamal, right?
Khan.
Yeah, you could read that. Right after everyone's done. Keep reading.
I have not commanded him to speak.
The Lord hasn't commanded Jamal, Rashad, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all TD Jakes, Mr. Write a Song Naked, Kurt Franklin.
Damn.
Kurt Franklin said, all those songs about Jesus, I wrote naked. Do not sit on that piano. It's straight cheeks. Like, nigga, pause. You don't feel weird speaking like that? I felt weird just saying that a second ago. You felt weird when I said that a second ago? That was weird, right? That didn't feel that was like, listen, if I speak like that again, Shariwan's gonna take me to counsel. Damn, that's crazy. You should know. Listen, I'm speaking in such a way my daughter woke up from her sleep. She was slumbering, dreaming about whatever things babies dream about. And I'm speaking so heavy that my daughter woke up and she's just looking at her father like, keep going. I'm going to keep going. Don't worry. Read Shariwan.
Or thou shalt speak in the name of other gods.
When a man tells you you can be baptized by water still, he's talking about something else. When a man tells you, let's go bow down to this rock, and if anything happens, we might get stampeded and trampled to our death because we want to worship this asteroid. Salakia, did you know in where is it, Mecca? Every now and then they got to go dress up that asteroid. They put cement on it. Show you one. They put cement on this asteroid.
Good.
Right.
Got to go make it look pretty again. They have a little hole that's decorated that you go and kiss. And you got to pray you don't catch herpes. Damn.
Good night.
Listen. The Muslims, remember, show you when we were outside and a Muslim came to us and said, well, it wasn't wrong that Muhammad abused that 6-year-old girl. I have a video that I'm about to put up soon. Someone in one of these comments said, even though Muhammad abused that 6-year-old girl, he's still the last Messiah. Good night. The Messiah that is about child molestation. That sounds like Jamal Rashad, right? And then if you haven't noticed, all these false prophets that Commanding General YAHANNA did not send outside, they all go the way of child abuse. They all are abuser of children. Make it make sense. Why? Why are they abusers of children? Because that's the demon that's talking to them.
Yeah, right.
Right? Keep reading, Shaiwan.
Even that prophet shall die.
Even that prophet shall die. Listen, they want to talk about go this way and go that way and try to pull us away from the Lord. They end up in jail or MLK'd. Oh, look, I just coined a new one. Don't get MLK'd out here. Don't get MLK'd. You say the wrong thing about the children of Israel, and you are going to be MLK'd. Like straight up and down. It's going to be bad. You're going to be MLK'd. You think you could just say what you want about to the children of Israel and have them believe what you want. Nah. We tell our brothers and sisters the real. You know when they say this is the realest shit I ever wrote? This is the realest shit you ever heard. If they're telling you to worship a false god, more than likely you're going to see them unalived, or in the case of Rashad Jamal, you're going to see them convicted and thrown under the jail for child abuse. Sure, you want?
If I could add, and to the Muslims, you got somebody telling you that you should convert and become Muslim. Every single year, you're supposed to go to Mecca and walk around this rock. And every single year, hundreds of people die because they're getting stampeded over by other people, or Salakia, unalived by other people. So every year, you're literally going out there to risk your life,
right,
just to worship your God.
Right,
it is madness.
Right. Street Kings asks, how much do you think the devil has a hand in what's going on today? Well, if you're talking about, okay, we say the Caucasian man is the devil the Bible speaks of, meaning he's a deceiver. In our neighborhood, everything you see that's going on bad in our neighborhood and around the world is because of some devil. You see Palestinians fighting for land where, listen, they've been there. It's not their land, but they've been there, and they're being pushed out of that land because someone wants to come in and take it. You see Native Americans on the reservation screaming for boiled water. That's because of some devil. If you're in the city of Philadelphia and you're on Kensington, is that the name of the street? I think it's Kensington. Where you see actual zombies. You see the Walking Dead leaning. They're just leaned over like this the whole time. You see young brothers have to clear the sidewalks between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. so children could go to school. That is the devil importing that good dope. Oh, it's good. It's good enough to destroy the black community.
I like that one, if I may.
Hold up 1 second. And then there is Satan, the angel Satan, who if you are not following the commandments of the Lord, he's going to get you. That's his job, and he does his job extremely well. He's very efficient at doing his job. You feel like someone's telling you to, listen, you should smoke this crack right now. That's Satan. You feel like someone's telling you, you should go to that neighborhood and unalive someone, and then you get shot. Listen, I heard a story about this young brother. I know the young brother's father. I know the young brother's auntie. He decided to go in the Jane and Finch community and unalive someone, and he was unalived that same night. Can you imagine you're going to go march through someone's neighborhood to unalive some random person standing outside of their house? They might have been going to the store to get some baby formula, and you decide to go and unalive them, and you tried to do that, and now you're out there twitching on the ground. That was Satan. The Lord made spirits of good and spirits for the day of evil. And I pray you understand not to fall under that day of evil. Barak, what were you going to say?
Oh, Salak, no, because we did interact with Street Kings, I think, last night on La Pura Neta. Also, Kazakai Mat always interacts with this Edomite, right? If I'm not mistaken, Street Kings is of the Christian faith. So already there, what we would what the Bible says, right, of who is the devil is not who street kings believe is the devil, because the word devil really means deceiver. You understand? Which is, or another word for deceiver is liar, which is why you understand our oppressor, Caucasian race, are the devil, the Bible speaks of, because they're the deceivers on the planet of the on the face of the earth. And basically his question was, how much do we think the devil has a hand in what's going on today? Damn near everything. Damn near he has he's damn near guilty of everything that's going on today, in the sense where the war on drugs, like he started waging the war. He creates the problem and then complains about it, whether it's the war on drugs, whether it's immigration, whether it's the war on terrorism. Because what other so-called race of people is more of a terrorist than Caucasians when you look at the history of the world? You understand? Terrorists mean to terrorize, or the way they conquered the face of the planet Earth. You understand? So street kings, again, anyways, it's not anything personal, but this is not even just an opinion. It's just by looking at what's going on around the world, especially with the history. You understand? The devil, or the Caucasian race, has damn near its hand on every single problem that is plaguing the earth right now.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely has his hand in everything that is plaguing the earth right now. Look at this little princess. Got her head covered.
If I may, bro, could you grab I think it's Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Khan.
Because to street kings, right, like, we gotta understand that the Most High put the wicked in charge. You understand? It was given to the hands of the wicked, because the people who are meant for rulership, the people who are meant to rule this earth, you understand, are not living the way that they're supposed to. And so what we teach in the I.S.U.P.K, we're teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we are that royal priesthood. We are that royal priesthood who should be ruling the earth. And we're not going to get that rulership unless we're keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of God. We can't be going around, Salakia TikTok, abusing children like that false prophet was just accused of. We can't be going around abusing women and abusing people. You understand? We got to be a people who are teaching the earth and ensuring that the earth is being ruled correctly. When Christ returns and we're ruling this earth, and Christ is in his proper position,
Barack,
you're not going to see.
Barack, just block Volt. Block him. Sorry, you want.
Okay. When Christ is ruling this earth, you're not going to see abortion clinics in the earth. You're not going to see drugs being run rampant on the earth. All these things go against the laws of God. You understand? But right now, the earth is in mourning, like it says in Proverbs. You understand? When the earth, when the wicked rule, the people mourn.
Right.
You understand? And you see this entire earth in mourning. You understand? Even the Caucasian man, he oppresses his own people. Right. The Caucasian man is in mourning. You understand? In his own kingdom, he's strung out on drugs because of how it's being ruled.
Right.
You understand? And so we need to get this place back in order. Brock, read that.
Khan, this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Read that again.
Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, not my words, street kings, but the Bible says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand? And that's why Christ taught his disciples. You understand? He said, my kingdom doesn't come by observation. We got to put our brick in and we got to build up this kingdom so that Christ has something to rule over. Christ isn't coming back to rule over a bunch of drug addicts thieves and all this wickedness going on in the earth. Christ is coming back to rule a righteous kingdom. Read that again, bro.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and that's why the whole earth right now is in mourning. When in our neighborhoods, you got people drug dealing, and you want to sit there and place the blame on them, but who's bringing all these drugs overseas into our neighborhoods? That's the people in power. That's the people in rulership. That's the people who got all this military might and planes to fly over hundreds of pounds or kilos or whatever.
Y'all seen Salakia? Y'all seen American Gangster, right?
Right.
you seen how Frank, what was his name?
Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas was getting that dope over, right? You think that all that dope was just coming over on them planes and the American government didn't know? Yeah, you understand that Nixon, was it Nixon or Reagan? I think it was Reagan. It was Reagan. Reagan was bringing in that dope to fund the Contra wars because the oppressor, who do you think is destabilizing South America? Why do you think migrants are just running from South America? Where do you think the biggest oil pocket is? It's in Venezuela. Yeah, I pray you understand. Show you on. You got it.
Right. Right. And that's what Christ said, right? Like, and the disciples of Christ said, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Understand? Our fight isn't against each other, our family. Right. Our fight is against rulers, principalities, and powers in high places.
Right.
Our fight is against the government of Canada, the rulers of America, all the powers that be. These are the people who are running the earth. You understand? The earth was given to the hands of the wicked. Right? Like the Bible says, Slacky, Barak dropped out.
All right, no sweat.
Yeah, all in there. So that's the street kings.
Right, no sweat. Right. Let's go some more. I got some more precepts on these false prophets. What was I asking for? I asked you for Ezekiel 33. 33 and 4. Let me catch up with you. Ezekiel 33 and 4.
Okay, I got it right.
1 second. Yeah, you can read that. 33 and 4.
Come on. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Wait, Salakia. Let's start at verse 1. Let's give you some context. We're going to give you some context, right? Because this is what a watchman's job. A prophet is a watchman, right? I'm gonna explain to you. You see them towers on the castle? There used to be men who could see distances. They could see far. That's why that tower is so high. There might be that man. He might have a horn and an arrow because a sword in his hand. At that point, he can't do nothing unless he's gonna fly to the ground, right? But for context's sake, there's a watchman watching, and he sees enemies in the distance on the horizon, and he's gonna blow his horn, and that's what we're gonna read about. Keep reading.
From verse 1?
Yeah, from verse 1.
Come. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 1. Again, the words of the Lord came upon thee, saying, verse 2, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coasts and set him for their watchman.
Right. Listen, when war comes, there's going to be a watchman to let you know that war is coming. There's going to be a watchman letting you know there's danger on the horizon. That's the job of the pastor. The pastor wants that job. That's the job he's supposed to be doing. T.D. Jakes is telling you about some orgy he had on stage talking about, I was swallowed up.
Good night.
Good night. Listen, pause. Fully pause. Right? 1 second, Barak. Let me see if I can bring you up. Salakia. TD Jace is talking about. Oh, 1 second. Where's Barack? I don't see him. Okay, when Barack, invite Barack up. Barack is going to come up in a second. Right? When the Lord sends his watchmen, right? The Lord is going to send his watchmen, and the watchman has a job to do. Read, Shaywan.
Verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet.
Right, that's what the watchman is supposed to do. He's supposed to blow the trumpet. And what does that trumpet do? It's doing something. Your preachers are supposed to do something. Your preachers aren't supposed to be on stage dancing up like how a sister would dance, talking about on interviews, I wrote these songs for Christ naked. Keep reading.
And warn the people.
You're supposed to warn the people. A prophet of the Lord warns the people. He has a message. Well, Jonah was supposed to go to Nineveh and warn the people. He didn't want to do that and found himself in the belly of a fish. Listen, I want to know the conversation him and his rib had after that. Like, you ain't show up for 2 days. Where were you? Good night. Keep reading, Shaywan.
Okay. Verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet.
Who hears the sound of the trumpet? Keep reading.
And taketh not warning.
And taketh not warning. Keep reading.
If the sword come.
If the sword come.
And take him away.
And take him away.
His blood shall be upon his own head.
Listen, when the watchman gave you a warning, he gave you the warning and you didn't hear it. You acted like you didn't hear it. Well, the men of the Lord have been telling you, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, and this is what's happening. We're outside. We're telling you, you got to fix up. You got to change your ways. Commander General YAHANNA sent us outside to warn our nation, to warn our family, to warn. Listen, you know who fights us the most? Our family members. Our family members fight us at everything we do. You say, I'm not having my daughter celebrate her birthday, and your family member is going to tell you, well, you're stupid. Okay. Well, you shouldn't eat pork. I don't believe in that. God made everything clean. Okay. Like, that happens all the time. I'm going to raise this child how I see fit. In the way the Lord wants him to be raised. No, you should take him to the church to be baptized. Okay. I'm gonna let you say whatever the hell you want to say. Doesn't mean I have to do it. You can just say whatever the hell you want to say. I'm gonna battle you on it. And when you realize down the road that I didn't do what you said because you are stupid, right? And you just don't understand the Bible and how the Lord is a man of war and separate. Holy means separate. He's separate from everything else in the world. You want to listen, my rib can never bring a Christmas tree into the house. She never would bring a Christmas tree in the house. Give that a hand. Shout out all the sisters that are listening to their husbands. They're listening to their husband like Christ, right? Give that a hand. But for the hypothetical, if I had a rib that tried to bring a Christmas tree in a house, I would just throw it out. I would go over the balcony, go right out the door. You know, like when Uncle Phil threw Jazz out the house and he was like, ah! Dad, that's the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree would then turn to Jazz. Salakia. Our family members battle us. You should bring a Christmas tree in the house. You try to tell them, listen, I'm not coming to the Christmas dinner, and they want to call you 10 times on Christmas Day. Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? It's like, it's been 10 years I haven't come to the Christmas dinner. Why are you still calling me? Salakia. The watchmen tell you what's up, and you're supposed to understand that the watchmen are telling you. And if you don't do it, your blood is on your head. Salakia. Keep reading, Shaywan.
Okay. Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet.
Salakia, y'all want us to come to Vancouver? What's in Vancouver? Listen, you should. Who's that? Chrissy? Chrissy, we are not in Vancouver at the moment, but you can keep watching classes and we will come to Vancouver, right? We'll be all over Canada, Right now, we're in Toronto and Montreal, building up Toronto and Montreal. But listen, Shaywan, I think we got to go to Vancouver.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we gonna come to Vancouver.
Salaki, if I can add.
God.
And I think Vancouver is not too far from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, we got schools in Seattle. We got schools all over.
Definitely.
You might have a school maybe 2 hours from you that you're not aware of.
Yeah, if you can get across the border, we definitely have schools in the United States.
Right.
Right. You might just type in I.S.U.P.K Seattle, right, and see what pops up.
Yeah.
And if you are looking for a number for Seattle, Salakia, we'll try to get it to you. You can message us and we'll send it to you. Right now, we don't have it on us at hand, right? Let me see something.
I've been seeing people in the chat. We got people tuned into classes from Saskatchewan.
Right. Is there a school in Seattle?
I'm pretty sure, what's his name? Officer Kazak, I believe, is out of Seattle.
Come on, hold up. How do you spell Seattle? Like this?
Seattle is come.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna find out if there's a school for Seattle. I'm putting that in the chat right now. If there's a school in Seattle and we have a number for it or something close. I'm gonna get the number for you. Right, show you one. What were you saying?
Was in verse 5.
You can keep reading.
Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
Right.
His blood shall be upon him.
Right.
But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Right. Listen, you take warning and have your soul delivered. Keep reading. If T.D. Jakes sees the war coming, if Martin Luther King sees the war coming, if Kurt Franklin and all them pastors of prosperity see the war coming, keep reading.
And blow not the trumpet.
And blow not the trumpet.
And the people be not warned.
And the people be not warned.
If the sword come.
Like Martin Luther King did not warn the people. He did the total opposite, right? He said, you should join hand in hand with the people who are trying to kill you. You should go eat in their restaurant even though they firebomb your church and hang you from trees. You should go right in their restaurant and try to eat there. Give them all your money. Listen, before I go to Ruth Chris, there's a sister in a ghetto anywhere in Toronto that's cooking food out of her house. I'm knocking at her door. What do you think I did all of COVID? They said I couldn't go to no restaurants. I was in my neighborhood with every sister that cooks out of her house. Oh, you cooking out your house right now? What's that? That jerk salmon with the fries? Yes. Send on. What is that? $15? Here's 20. That's what we were doing. Show you one. It was a wonderful time. The whole front yard looked lit. Everyone's just in the front yard, styrofoam plates are eating. They said we can't go to the restaurant. We turned the front yard to the restaurant. That's what Martin Luther King was supposed to tell us. Right. What was wrong with them? What were they doing? Show you one. Keep reading.
Come. If the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. Listen,
if Martin Luther King did not warn us, read that last part again. His blood?
But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
And they turned that motel into a damn museum. That balcony still stained with Martin Luther King's blood. And it's now a museum. Read that part one more time, Shariwan.
But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
Malcolm X's blood stained the Audubon. Good night. You hear that? Malcolm was on the stage and he heard some brother say, "Get your hand out of my pocket." And they ran up on him with shotguns. Because he was leading the people to somewhere else. You think you're in the church learning how to serve the Lord, but you're eating pork? How could you serve the Lord and celebrate Christmas? Christmas is about Nimrod. It's about the king of Babylon. Do you think Jesus Christ? Show me in the Bible where Jesus Christ's birthday is. I'll wait. Anybody who can show me a scripture that says Jesus Christ's birthday, you get $1,000 right now. I'm waiting. Show you one. You think they're gonna tell us? Telling us nothing. Show you one. Ooh wee. Nothing like strong and a scripture breakdown.
Yeah.
Good night. I'm really over here drinking coffee. Listen, I like coffee, but my coffee got cold. I had a whole conversation with Shaywan. If the coffee gets cold, I could have just bought it. It's going in the trash.
Good.
Salakia, Shaywan, you got it.
God, Salaki. I was gonna add to that nation of Islam. Ooh wee.
Ooh wee.
You got what is it, Louis Farrakhan leading that right now?
Right.
He's telling our brothers and sisters that if you get hungry, it's okay to eat pork.
Wait, isn't that the man who kissed the white man in the mouth?
Oh, goodness, I don't know.
Damn. That's what y'all following? Y'all bow ties, y'all put them bow ties on your neck, and bow ties look like testicles. Y'all putting testicles on your neck? Shout out Captain Tazariak. I never put that together until Captain Tazariak said it. I was like, damn. And then I seen it. Officer Adiyar, he in Harlem right now. He went to Jerusalem, right? And told me to come to Montreal. I went to Montreal. He took us to some event, and them bow tie niggas was there. And I said, oh shit, yeah, that do look like testicles on their neck. That's crazy. Pause. Was that it for the precept?
Come.
Come on, let's see. 6. Any questions? Let's see if there's any questions in this chat. 1 second. Anything worth responding to? It's live chat. Let's see. Why do y'all? What? I cannot see that. What that says. It's kind of far. So yeah, I got it. 1 second. I'm gonna see what's in this chat right now. See if there's anything to respond to. Sure, you got anything you want to pull or say?
Nah, sir. I don't know.
Con. Hold up. Sure, can you get me Ezekiel 33 and 33?
Come. There's a book of Ezekiel 33 and verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
It's Ezekiel 33 and 33.
Come.
Go up one.
Come. Verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Right. Listen, when you hear the words of the men who are speaking, right? You're supposed to test it and find out, is this a man of God? How do you know a man of God? He's telling you to keep the commandments. When a man of God is telling you to keep the commandments and you don't, bad things that happen to you, and then you're going to know a prophet was among you. Right. Let's see, we got some questions. So is interracial couple bad? It is horrible. If you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you should get a Black, Hispanic, or Native American woman. What is your ultimate goal? World domination. That's what the bond told me. I said, God, good, nice, sir. Listen, if you're thinking anything else, you're thinking small. You're thinking small scale. What do you want? $1 million? How about the whole earth? How about the whole earth bowing down to a king that is a nigger? I came from the skies and the whole earth tried to fight him. And in 1 hour, he had Babylon smoking, turned into a lake of fire. Someone said, why tell the truth about the lies told as truth? Well, why would you, okay, it says, why tell the truth about the lies told as the truth? Well, if a lie is a lie, it's a lie, right? It's not the truth. If I know telling black people to love everybody is going to get them hurt, if I know telling Native Americans you should forgive the Catholic Church and put a headdress on the Pope, what are the Native Americans going to do? Run right back into the Catholic Church? Right? That's going to get them hurt. Why wouldn't I just tell them the truth?
So if I could add,
Come on.
right? Christ said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, you still celebrating Thanksgiving. You're still a slave.
Right.
You're still celebrating Christmas and New Year's. You're still a slave. You're still keeping the customs of your oppressor.
Right.
The people who colonized you and forced all these different customs on you. You understand? Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And like I said in, I think, Hosea, that our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Right.
Like, we lack the knowledge of the Bible. We lack the wisdom of this Bible. You understand? All these laws, statutes, and commandments were here to give us wisdom. We're here to give us a way of life so that we could operate in this world.
Right.
You understand? Like, you had scientists in the 1960s telling women that smoking cigarette wasn't bad for you. You had scientists telling pregnant women that there was nothing wrong with smoking cigarettes.
Good,
you understand?
man.
And these women were going around in the 50s and the 60s smoking all during their pregnancy. And now we see in 2020 how many people dying of cancer, how many people dying of smoke inhalation. When the Bible said 10,000 years ago not to inhale smoke,
Right.
that these things were evil. You understand? That's why it says the wisdom of this world is foolish. Foolishness to God. We need this wisdom. We need the truth. We need the truth so that we can be free here on this earth. So
I got another. Hey, Brock, you're back?
Khan.
I'm just going through some of these comments, right? Shariwan, can you get Ezra's 9 and 12? Someone asked if interracial marriage is bad. I have a precept for you, right? Martin Luther King wanted us hand in hand. Martin Luther King was doing disgusting things to Caucasian women. Yuck. He's doing it to them when he could have got his sister. You see Jonathan Majors? Y'all see what happened to Kang? There's no more Kang. You tell me, listen, I'm going to give you the answer. But what I should tell you is go ask Jonathan Majors if interracial marriage is bad. I bet you he's going to tell you, Megan Good, that hoe is my Coretta Scott, after he tried to tell the Caucasian woman to act like Coretta Scott. Like, what was wrong with this brother? What was wrong with him? Ezra's is after 2nd Chronicles.
Right, Ezra what?
Ezra's, what do I want? I want 9 and 12.
Okay.
Jonathan Majors knows that Caucasian women are bad now. He's no longer Kang. He was Kang the Conqueror. And that Caucasian woman conquered him quickly out of a Marvel movie. Like, can you imagine? He had a chance to free his people. And they good night. Well, we'll see what happens. So I have a verse. Salakia Shariwan, you could read it.
Salakia Ezra, what verse?
Ezra's 9 and 12.
Come on. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 12. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons.
Interracial marriage is bad. Interracial couples is bad. Ezra is telling you this right now. There was a time, in the time of Ezra's, when the Israelite men were taking heathen women and Israelite sisters were taking heathen men. Listen, for you sisters, it's bad if you take a heathen, right? Because even though an Israelite, and in no way, form, and what I'm going to say is condoning it, right? But you are the seed of your father, right? But this is not condoning it. If a Israelite man has a child with a heathen, that child is still an Israelite. If a Israelite woman has a child with a heathen, he can't come to the Passover. That's horrible. That child cannot come to the Passover, right? Barak, if you have anything to say it now, because we're going to be ending this class just now.
Khan, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is coming up April 20th, 2024. Yes, and it will be in Durham, North Carolina. You understand? Anyone descendant of so-called Negroes, Latinos of Negro indigenous descent, or so-called Native Americans on their father's side is welcome, is more than welcome to break bread and experience brotherhood like y'all never did before. Make sure you pay your taxes and $200 US Passover fee on isupk.com. You do not want to miss that. The Passover is mandatory. Pay your tithes and Passover fee on isupk.com. Salakia.
Hey, no sweat, Barak. Definitely pay your tithes. Okay, sure you want. You can keep reading.
Come. Ezra chapter 9, verse 12. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons.
Give not your daughters unto their sons. Martin Luther King had a whole different idea. He had a whole different idea. Umar Johnson doesn't want the black man to date a Mexican woman, but he wants us to go and date a Hamite. He got the game twisted. I'm going to take that Mexican sister over an African woman any day. Every day. I do not want fufu. I don't want it. No fufu. Listen, whatever plate the sister from I.S.U.P.K is cooking, send on. I have that every night. Salakia. She could listen. Rice and beans. They got the rice and beans. They got Barak. What's a famous I.S.U.P.K dish? I know Barak. See, Barak. He knows. Barak, we going to the land of I.S.U.P.K soon.
That's right.
We on a world tour of brothers and sisters food. like wherever the brothers and sisters are and they're making the food, we're gonna go eat that food there. What's up, Barak?
Imagine being married to an African. When you come home after a long day of work, she serves you bush meat on a plate.
And fufu.
Or a mosquito patty burger.
And you have to eat it with your hands, Barak.
Good night.
That field mouse, such a delicacy.
That field mouse. Barak, did you know Somalians don't use toilet paper?
Kawakan,
I'm saying it all wrong, right? But there's some of them that they say they don't use toilet paper. They got a bottle of water by the toilet.
Good night.
I heard stories. I heard these stories, Barak. A man said he was in the Somalian house.
Do they even wash their hands?
Listen, he was in the Somalian house. He went to the washroom, but there was no toilet paper. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "You got to take the bottle of water and let it
That's crazy.
and use your hand." And they said, "Did you let him cook you food after?" That's crazy. And that's what y'all want? Salakia. They want that Ethiopian woman who's doing the neck dance. You ever seen that? The Ethiopians, they doing the neck dance. The dance is just all neck. It's horrible. Ezra's told us to do what?
Come. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons.
Give not your daughters unto their sons. Right? Listen, my daughter in the background crying. She crying for her daddy right now. And she will not be taking a heathen. Ever. Or she's not going to be my daughter no more. Salakia. Y'all can say that's harsh, but it is what it is. I'm raising my house a certain way, and it's going to be of the Lord. And if you don't like it, you will not be in the house of Zabadia. Straight up and down. Keep reading.
Neither take their daughters unto your sons.
Listen, if our Lord allow, I have a son, he will not be bringing home a heathen. You just won't be my son no more. Salakia. It is what it is, man. It's straight up and down. That sounds right.
Salakia, otherwise.
You're right.
You come knocking on the door with a heathen, I'll pass you your bag.
Stay right there.
That's what you're looking for?
Here you go. Damn. Listen, we cutting up here. We cutting up, man. Kanye should have understood. Kanye, you hear what Cat Williams said. Cat Williams is not in the truth. But what he was saying was very entertaining. It was just Cat Williams was a good distraction for the moment. He was distracting us from reminding us, from remembering that there's a war going on. And Commanding General YAHANNA, Captain Mao Quad said it the best. Listen, y'all worried about what when there's World War III going on right now.
Right.
Get your house in order. And that's what we're doing. We're getting our house in order. We are not taking their sons or daughters. And Martin Luther King told us to do that. And he was a false prophet. His blood was all over that balcony. Keep reading, show you one. What was at the end of it?
Come. Nor seek their nor seek their peace.
You're not going to seek their peace. How could you be at peace with someone? Listen, you try to harm one of my brothers. We are not going to be at peace. I'm going to go at you until the man above me tells me to stop. You understand what I'm telling you? You touch a hair on Shayuan's head or Barak Ya'Allah's head, I'm going to go at you until someone tells me to stop, and you better outrank me. You don't outrank me. Good night. Salaki, you can take me counsel. I'm not stopping until someone above me tells me to stop. We're not seeking your peace. How could we be at peace with you when you've unalived us? They say we're the black KKK. Tell me a church we firebombed. Make it make sense. How could we be the black KKK when we never hung nobody from trees? We say not to listen. We got enough soldiers. We could Salakia pause. The FBI and the RCMP is listening. Listen, you just be lucky Commanding General YAHANNA hasn't given those orders. We're waiting for Christ. Right now we're fishing. We're fishing men into the truth. One day that sky is going to crack and a nigga king is going to come. And he's going to give the order. You got Rick Ross is building a bunker. For what? What do we need a bunker for? You gonna hide from the nuclear fallout? No, we're gonna be in them chariots. That's what we're gonna be. Keep reading. Rick Ross want a bunker. We're building a bunker, guys. It's not.
Salaki, what's it saying, Jeremiah? First we're gonna fish.
First we're gonna fish.
Hunt.
And then we're gonna hunt.
Underneath every rock, underneath every crevice. You ain't hiding in no bunker.
You're not hiding in no bunker. Keep reading.
Come. Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
You want to sell dope? And listen, I thought I was gonna sell dope and become a millionaire. I sold dope and had to gamble for canteen. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I thought the man in the world when I was there, I thought, listen, I'm going to sell this dope. I'm going to buy this Benz. I'm going to get this big house. And then I had silver bracelets that used to cut my wrist up. And got stuck in the back of an ice cream truck on my way to court back and forth. And had to gamble for my canteen. You want to know why I had to gamble for my canteen? Because the niggas in the world who say, I got your back and we're riding till the wheels fall off, they did not take care of me. Ooh, wait until you find out. You think you're gonna be doing all this crime for some brother because what? We're gang. When you go to jail, they're not gonna send you canteen. When you go to jail, they're not gonna give money to your girlfriend to make sure the rent is paid. They're not gonna give money to your children to make sure they have Pampers. No formula. You want a bag of chips? You better put up a hot tray and gamble that hot tray and for an item. And hopefully you might get the bag of chips. If you lose, you're not eating that night. Oh, I learned. Show you one. I learned. Keep reading.
That ye may be strong and eat the good of the land.
Keep reading.
And leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. That's
what we're doing. We're working on our inheritance right now. Faith without works is dead. You got to put in work. You think it's grace we're saved by. If you say so. We're putting in work. You got to put in work. You got to feed your people. You see a brother walking down the street and he's asking you for food. You better go feed him. That might just be an angel and he's going to go give a report to the Lord. The angel of Toronto report. Well, I seen this brother. He didn't feed me. Damn. It's going to be a hard day for you when you realize that Christ comes to you. You go to Christ like Lord, my King. He's going to say, get away from me. I did not know you. What are those things on your shirt? What is that? Salakia. Hey, with that said, any of you guys got anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
With that said, Priest and Officer 1000 Zavadra of the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. I'm going to hand the class off to Barak Allah.
Hey, clap it up. We are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for your brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. It's 10 in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you'd like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have coming up the Feast of Purim. So, give me 1 second. Feast of Purim, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which falls on Thursday, the 22nd of February, and Friday, the 23rd of February, 2024. You can read more about it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Reminder to all Akim and Aquatic to check the bulletin board in the hallway of their school if they have a physical location. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all blacks, boots, shirt, pants, and then sisters. Menavijal Amajim, which means to stand, will give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Menavijal Amajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakathan. Which means Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai bless y'all. Yajamata, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. So turn and face the sisters. If you have any in your presence, we'll give them a courtesy salute as well. Menavijal Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Mean Yahweh watch over y'all or protect y'all in the name of Yahweh Shai.
I know exactly what they want. 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 Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs.